You are listening to Civic from the San Francisco Public Press. In 2021, we aired a Civic episode highlighting community responses to address crime and attacks on Asians in San Francisco.
We have started this coalition last year that come together to really look into what we can do for short-term or also long-term solutions.
Community leaders featured in that episode agreed on a hopeful solution, addressing safety concerns through grassroots organizing and services, such as victim support and community building. But what does that solution actually look like in practice? I followed along with a safety outreach team as they visited shopkeepers in the city.
If people see us every day, they feel more comfortable with us, they feel more connected with us. So that's how we build a trust from the community.
And we learned from this team that started out trying to identify and help crime victims and became a vital part of the community's safety net. I'm Zhe Wu, and this is Civic. Members of the Coalition of Community Safety and Justice Outreach Team set out to visit small businesses along Clement Street, unofficially known as San Francisco's second Chinatown. Clement Street does not have the same elaborate architectural features, pagoda-style roofs, and strings of red lanterns as the original and more famous Chinatown. But you can still quickly pick up signs of culture as you take a closer look at the stores here. From the old-fashioned Cantonese deli with roasted ducks hanging in the window, to the seafood market that looks like a small aquarium. 3 outreach workers walking in front of me ducked in and out of stores, speaking to shop owners and employees in various languages. They carried flyers and offered small gifts, like whistles and keychains with a button that plays a siren noise. This team is one of the safety programs put forward by the Coalition for Community Safety and Justice. It was funded by 4 nonprofits serving the Asian American community in the city. They came together 4 years ago as they observed that the community they serve was in a deep sense of fear.
There's like this sense of I don't know what to do. I don't feel safe. I can't think about workers' rights when I don't feel physically safe.
That's Joyce Lam, the political director for the Chinese Progressive Association, one of the organizations partnered with the coalition. She recalled that the community was on edge. People were frustrated when hearing about Asian seniors getting kicked. The tension continued to escalate. In 2021, videos and images depicting brutal attacks on Asian Americans across the country started flooding social media and news feeds. From Atlanta,
there is breaking news tonight in that deadly massacre that happened overnight at 3 Asian spas in the Atlanta area.
To here in San Francisco.
A disturbing and racially charged attack on an elderly Asian man in San Francisco. Another brutal attack in San Francisco.
Video going viral of another frightening attack targeting an Asian American.
And the beloved grandfather killed in a brazen attack.
To support the community in fear, the coalition initiated the outreach program with help from the Community Youth Center, a partner organization in the coalition with strong grassroots connections. The goal of this program is to connect with people in the community affected by crime. And Henry Ha is the team leader. He knows pretty much every store on the street. This is a jewelry store?
Not jewelry and help people to make key.
Ha is a Vietnamese American in his late 30s. He is a sporty guy who gets off a young bike, wearing a black hoodie and his hair in a short ponytail. Walking along with him, I can easily sense that he's a pro at doing outreach. His attention is sharp. Every now and then, we would stop as he spotted familiar faces, like when we passed Rosa Galera from the Richmond Neighborhood Center. He cannot resist a good chat.
Hello.
Hey, we just outreaching, we just say hi.
Hi. Do you like when you my happy fall, y'all?
Man, you always
It's
decorate
great. I like
your windows.
Good times.
Yeah.
He ran over to Andy Wei, a locksmith he knew whose store had a recent break-in.
Andy!
Hi.
你车吗？
汽车。
汽车。
Here he used his not-so-fluent Mandarin to check in with Wei, who was washing his car in front of his jewelry store. He asked about the broken window in Wei's storefront.
你的门口是 when did it happen?
Maybe
yesterday. Too loud.
He even bumped into an old friend, Zhou Ouyang, who coached him as a rower racing dragon boats back in the day.
Hey, go!
I used to be on the same boat. Yes.
So,
Yes.
20 years ago,
20 years ago, yeah.
20
exactly.
years ago.
he was
20
a
years ago.
volunteer for CYC Dragon Boat youth team. So he's the coach. He's a nice one though. We have a mean one, but everybody like Joe.
In those small talks, Ha casually dropped in safety check-in questions as part of the conversation, like this.
Is there a lot of people vandalizing your store?
And the conversation often wraps up with him saying,
Yeah, you
Well,
have my
it's good to
number.
know.
You just let me know.
Yeah, I have your number, yeah. So if I
Call
have
me
any
anytime.
questions.
But knock on wood.
"You got my number, call me anytime." That is something I heard Ha say a lot. It is also the part of the job he loves the most, building connections with Asian folks all over San Francisco. Every week, the team visits commercial districts in neighborhoods with significant Asian populations, connecting with people in shops and on sidewalks, from Command Street to San Bruno Avenue, from Chinatown to the Soma district.
If people see us every day, they feel more comfortable with us. They feel more connected with us. So that's how we build the trust from the community.
The team aims to find and help crime victims, both those who have experienced vandalism or theft, as well as survivors of physical attacks and other crimes. They notice that Asian folks, especially seniors, are less likely to seek help after they have been attacked.
A lot of time we also know our Asian culture. When things happen to them, they do not want to report. If we lost the money, if we lost a necklace, if we lost a cell phone, at least I'm still survive. I just let it go because those things we can get it back.
Ha totally gets where this mindset is coming from. He recalled that many of his own family members had been attacked in public when they first immigrated here in 1997.
3 of them didn't report as well because we just first got to the United States. English is our barrier.
A lot of Asians here are immigrants or speak languages other than English. Those things can make it tough for them to open up about their experiences.
They know that if they report, if they have to go to court and everything had to be in English. And they will have a hard time to go to court and explain to the judge or to the lawyer or even press charge. They don't want to go through all that.
Even if people do report when they are harmed, there's often frustration about how ineffective those reports can be in getting them help.
And even though people who speak English, they might not feel comfortable to report. And they feel like, after I reported, what's next? I already got beat up, I already got robbed, I already got hurt. And what's next?
But if people don't talk about those episodes, nobody knows what happened, and those mental wounds stick around. Ha mentions that there are city resources available to support victims of crime, but folks might miss out if they don't report their experience. That's one of the things the safety outreach team is trying to help with.
Like after you got attacked, after you got vandalism, hey, we're gonna walk you through all the whole process. Even though you get the money after you healing, you recover, and then we still gonna continue to follow up with you to see what else that do you need. Do you have any more support?
That's what drives him to do this work, helping people in the community feel okay about sharing their own experiences, so that he and his team can get them the help they need.
They're not going to reach out, but they don't reach out, but we have this program. We should outreach to them and let them know that we're here, we can support you and help you.
One thing that seems to help is simply talking to people in their own language.
If you speak the language, that you will make a lot of elders feel like the same culture. They will feel comfortable and they will freely will share what happened and everything with you.
The outreach team has about 10 workers who all come from the communities they serve. They can speak languages represented across the AAPI community, including Cantonese, Thai, Tagalog, and many more. And even if they meet people who speak languages they don't know, just showing that they understand the culture can still be a big help.
When I walk by, like a Filipino liquor store, I will call Kuya. So they will feel like, man, a Vietnamese guy speak Tagalog to Kuya and then really respect me.
The scope of these safety outreach sessions is fairly narrow. They're not acting as security guards or police officers, and their goal isn't to scare away criminals. Instead, they are filling a gap that often goes overlooked, namely, How do we support people who are frightened after being harmed? In a civic episode from 2021, host Laura Venice talked with Sarah Wong from one of those nonprofits, the Community Youth Center, about the coalition's goals.
The anti-Asian or like a lot of senior assault case has been happening for years. And we have started this coalition last year that come together to really look into what we can do for short-term or also long-term solutions.
At the time, the community witnessed a series of violent crimes against Asian seniors. People were in crisis mode.
The assault that taken place in my people, because I live in Soma, especially the elder, they're walking around with weapons, with knives. Like I said, wow,
That's Ramarico Wimidio, a 63-year-old Filipino-American. He vividly remembers the fear he and his friends felt when they saw the news about the attacks against Asian seniors. Wimidio wanted to do something to help. He began keeping an eye on his neighborhood and checking out places where people gathered regularly.
I tell him, hey, when the sun set, please go home, there's no place for you to be out here, especially when you're a senior. Like Filipinos sometimes look Chinese, and Chinese look Filipino, so it doesn't matter. All these people that want to hurt us, they don't care, They don't care.
It was a time of urgency, and many people volunteered for safety patrol teams to ensure the streets were safe for Asian seniors. Ha was assigned to form an outreach team to reach out to Asian seniors who were witnesses of crime. He heard about what Wimidio was doing on his own and invited him to join the team.
And then all of a sudden, this guy called me, hey, guess what? We have this organization that trying to help the Asian hate that taking place. I said, oh man, I'm doing it without pay. I'll do it. Let's do it.
It is no accident that Ha invited Wimidio as one of the first members of the outreach team. They had both participated in a similar street outreach program serving the Asian and Pacific Islander community back in 2007. When Ha and Wimidio teamed up to develop the new Coalition of Community Safety and Justice outreach team, their work was strengthened by having a multilingual team with members speaking several Asian languages. Wimidio says the team tries to consider the safety needs of everyone in the community.
The purpose of our existence right now is about safety. We want to make the community feel safe. So by doing outreach, the merchant will see us consistently, that we walk around to make sure that they're okay.
They have learned from their previous outreach work that there were many things they could do to help the community and enhance individual sense of safety. Talking to folks, talking with crime victims, whether merchants or elderly residents, about their experiences, and holding safety workshops.
It's not just a crime where maybe part of that we do really helps that our people feel more safer because we educate them. We teach them how to be safe.
The outreach team also helps merchants get real financial support in the wake of vandalism and break-ins through small city grants that cover up to $2,000 for vandalism-related costs. Ha talked with Wei, the locksmith whose store was broken into, about getting help from the Mayor's Office of Economic and Workforce Development.
You still can apply the OEWD to get reimbursement.
OEWD? I'm not sure. I haven't tried yet.
I'll help you later on.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I asked David to help you.
Still, it is a hassle to find time to deal with the grant application, even if it can help shops recover some losses. Small business owners are already juggling a lot. So Ha's team jumps in to help merchants check their grant status. Often just sending a quick email does the trick. Wei, the locksmith, moved out of the storefront after the break-in, shifting his business completely online. Financial support might not cover all the losses. Ha and his team say that healing the community needs to be a long-term process.
When I run the safety workshops, I always tell people that get to know your people, your neighbor, make more friends. Because as an immigrant background, when we got here, we don't know nobody. But if something happened to us, we need to rely on our neighbor. The neighbor will be always there with you, but not your family relative because they live far away. That's what I want to tell the community, to get to know your neighbor, get to know your block, get to know your community, and speak up, and that will provide more peace and safe for the neighborhood and overall community.
I'm Joe Wu, and you have been listening to Civic. Civic comes to you from KSFP LP 102.5 FM in San Francisco. Our theme music is by John Dillon. Additional music was supplied by the Blue Dot Sessions. The news clips were from CBS News Bay Area and ABC7. Our team includes producer Liana Wilcox and KSFP program director Mel Baker. Cynthia Chavez is our vocal coach. Additional contributors include Zoe Sturm, Madison Alvarado, and San Francisco Public Press Executive Director Lila LaHood. KSFP is a project of the San Francisco Public Press, a nonprofit investigative newsroom. Find this episode and all our reporting at sfpublicpress.org. Thanks for listening.